Twitter for salons, spas, and barbers. This is SalonSpaChat. Hey, this is Jon-David, and this is me welcoming my co-host Jackie Bernardi with the scarf on in California.
So cold. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I know.
Is it 60 degrees, Jackie?
Okay, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I'm welcoming my brother, Jess. He works for White Cloud Security. You can tell us all about that in a minute, Jess. And special episode of SalonSpaChat, we're going all over cybersecurity, both for salons, spas, individuals, kids. You know, we want to protect our kids online, too. We want to protect our family. We want to protect their valuables, whether they are tech-related or home-related, and how we can do that with anything with our computers and laptops and our smartphones, and just as a wealth of information. And anybody that is joining us today, please step in the seat if you have a question. Make it brief and quick and fun, and we will answer it, or you can just message me on the side. I will watch that. And Jackie, I'm going to introduce you first because you are the hostess with the mostest. Oh, yeah, and I want to point out my dad is SMB Boost on the subscriber, and he's saying anything you say comes in twice because I don't think he's got earphones on, I think.
Oh, yeah. So what's Dad's name, or should we just call him Mr. Booster?
You can call him
that, right?
You know what? His name is John, Jon, and my birth name was John, Jon. Middle name David, and my mom always called me Jon-David, so that's how that stuck.
Got it.
And I'm going to make Jackie a host, and there we go.
Thank you. Really nice to meet you, Jess.
Pleasure to meet you, Jackie.
Thank you.
And Jackie, tell us all what you do, please, because you are just so smart in the salon and spa industry, and I'm so glad to have you as a hostess.
Oh, thank you for saying so.
Yeah, and you'll be hosting next week, and you want to let us know at the top of the hour what the
yes
is? We can do that too at the
topic,
end of.
Well, we'll do that later, right?
No, but tell us now too.
Okay, the topic for next week is business building busters, and it's the things that we don't want to talk about that can bust down our business as we're trying to build it. And apparently, I can't speak because I'm so cold. Oh. More tea for me.
Awesome. And people, please follow Jackie Bernardi here, and you can follow her hosting chat next week through her Twitter handle there. And Jennifer Ellis Jackson, she's going to jump in a seat anytime she can. And Jess Elsher, please tell me why I invited you here as opposed to some other wonderful, phenomenal guest.
Well, certainly for my knowledge, I'm not the eye candy you are, so I'll just go with my brain power at this point.
Lighting, Jackie, right? Lighting.
Cybersecurity. I deal with it all the time, but always at a corporate level or industrial control systems level. I was an industrial control systems engineer, putting in control rooms, facilities across the globe, and I've seen what malware can do. And small businesses struggle with it. As individuals, we struggle with it. But now there's so many products that are available. We want to get everybody up to speed with new technology, because the biggest thing crippling small business today is just not knowing what you can do.
Mm. And he's been with White Cloud Security for a while now, and I have learned a wealth of information, how I deal with my computer's security, and the little tips he's given me has been amazing. So, Jackie, I'm sure you have tons of questions.
Oh, I have so many questions. You have no idea.
Yeah.
The timing of this is actually brilliant. So
Good. Well, I hope to answer a lot of different questions. They come up routinely. And I'll say one thing. White Cloud Security is a new technology out there, and it is really more of a prosumer product. And small businesses that have an IT professional in control of their system can leverage our product. It's not quite ready for just an everyday consumer that's working their own machine, but the tips and tricks that I've learned, what do not do, what to fear, what not to fear, I can certainly help you with that.
Jess, the one thing I didn't even know the term malware per se. I'd heard the word malware and virus, and so you get the typical virus protection from what's the popular one? The one that comes
virus,
loaded.
Antivirus or an antivirus product.
Yeah, they just keep on loading in your machine when you download something. They're always like trying to push in, and you have to erase them because they just keep on doing, and that drives me crazy. But malware, you explained what malware was, and if you could do that for me now,
yeah,
and how to block that.
Most everybody is just still sticking with the old terms of, oh, it's a virus. Oh, I have a virus. Oh, that's a virus. No, it's not. Virus is one specific thing that's out there. And so there's viruses, there's Trojans, there's botnets, there's adware, there's different script files. It goes on and on. So the industry, cybersecurity industry and InfoSec uses malware is the word, because malware is just bad ware, right? So it's unwanted programs you don't want. And today's day and age, that could be a lot. Adware is malware. You don't want adware on your machine, do you? Well, Lenovo, in their infinite wisdom this past year, decided to ship their product with some adware platform on it. Bad move. They took it in the teeth. They lost some market share because of it.
Yeah,
and
it was a big fiasco, right? I mean, they lost clients.
That seems like a no-brainer. Why would they do that?
Yeah, why would they do that?
Advertisers are king. Apple paid the price too. So Apple came up with this ad blocker, right? And it was really a slick item. But guess who decided to pull money? Advertisers. If they can't reach the consumers, if you put up an ad blocker, they don't want to play with you. And they're going to pull their money. So everything that you get for free is going to go away if you go down that road too far, right? What's the other one? Forbes magazine just recently did a trial where they had put a ad limiting, they called it ad light version. If you subscribe to Forbes magazine online, you could have ad light and it would be reduced ads, but the ads still fly in from unknown sources. So you're still going to get malware. Stupid.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. This is our co-hostess, Jennifer Ellis Jackson, Supplemental Marketing.
Hi, Jennifer.
No sound.
No sound.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I apologize. I am having technical difficulties. We're doing some work, and I can't get my internet together. But so excited to meet you, Jess. I heard you and Jon-David earlier or late last year, midsummer last year, when you guys did your Periscope when you were driving across country in your conversation about cybersecurity. So I had the pleasure to watch that. So very nice.
That was the precursor to tonight's show, I think. And then we just did that once, and
That was some free streaming thought right there. That was it.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we can't hold the show for doing that. That was pretty funny. So what can I do? What can we do about malware? Like, how can we prevent malware in our computers?
That's a good point. I think understanding, I'll skip for a moment how bad it is out there. Okay, so on the internet, it's a subway toilet. That's all I can say. So if you just know it's really bad, how do you stop it? And the approach really is not this blacklisting technology, which is antivirus. So blacklisting is you have a known bad guy list and you try to stop every bad guy that comes through the door, right? So the doorman's got a sheet and he says, hey, don't let these characters in. And well, that character, he puts a mask on and he comes up and the doorman goes, oh, well, you look different now, so you can come right on in. That's what's happening with blacklisting technology. So what's out there today is application control or application whitelisting, which is you like all the things on your machine and you know what they are, and that's a small number. Let's just allow that to run and block everything else. That's what's available today in an easier, faster, better technology than it used to be. And it's more cost effective today. That's what white cloud security has. It's application control. We do it at an industrial level, but there are some products out there for consumers. Application control. It allows the things you want to run and stops everything else. You don't have to know what the else is.
And you told me about Super Anti-Spyware on my computer, and I use that in addition to White Cloud. I just think it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, there's...
have you guys heard of that? What, Jennifer and Jackie, Super Anti-Spyware?
I have not.
It's a good little little tool. I have the free version, and periodically it'll tell me how much malware was put in my computer, and it's like 800 pieces a week, and it just cleans it all out, and my computer runs really fast after that. Absolutely amazing. And I put it on the side. Super Anti-Spyware. It's wonderful.
Okay,
download.
So I have a question about that, though.
Yes.
So Jess, because I have, and I know you're probably going to fall off your chair because you hear this all the time, or maybe not, but I'm a Mac girl through and through.
Right.
Like there's not an Apple product I don't own. And so I have this inflated belief that I am impervious. Now, I learned a lesson about that, and I don't know how I did get some malware on my computer about a year ago, and I didn't realize it. And all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but well, yeah, sort of all of a sudden, Chrome was crashing on me all the time, or just stalling out, or taking forever. And I have pretty fast internet speed here normally. So I took it into the Genius Bar, and they said, you've got malware on here, and they tried to get it off, and it didn't work. And so I ended up having to reset my whole computer, which was terrifying for me because I'm not that girl. Fortunately, everything was okay, but like, I'm not that girl. So am I wrong in thinking that my Mac is safe from this toilet, the subway toilet that you're talking about called the internet?
Right.
Which should be the title of this show, frankly, because that's such a great way to put it.
Well, I'm going to bring up the dark web towards the end. I was, we had a little test last night, and I was like, I can't sleep tonight. That's it. Where's the bug guy? It was crazy. But towards the end, but answer her question. Apple, is she impervious? Is she have the white light glow?
You are as much a target as anybody else today. And here's why, right? So it used to be that Apple simply wasn't targeted, right?
Right.
So the hackers didn't bother spending a lot of time building malware, building a hack, trying to breach an Apple system. There wasn't as much value in it. But people like you have made value in it.
Right.
All your business information, all your banking information, your identity, data, it's all there. So it's a target, and that's just that. It's a number.
It is scary. And I think for us coaches and us people advising other people, this is something we have to learn how to work with and to deal with, and to give them tips. I want another. So how do we do virus protection on our computers, and what's a good one that you would recommend for over the counter?
Well, first of all, it's not virus protection. Okay, you say virus protection. You're saying one specific product. So you want malware protection, and you want prevention versus everything else. Okay, so you want some sort of application control type product as key. You may add some sort of blacklisting technology and antivirus product on top of that. Windows Defender comes standard with your Windows machines. I know that Apple has some standard recommended products that they have.
Windows, back it up. That was a piece I wanted to take away. So Windows Defender is a good one, Defender, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's free, but you're going to need something else also, right? And there are other products that do. There's other products out there. Like I said, if you're a small business, you should hire an IT professional if you don't have one, and then use our product, White Cloud Security, and you're truly safe. if you're not doing that, if you're a one-man show, you can't afford that type of service and you're stuck having to get some product that you're managing on your own and you don't have the IT expertise, you might have to just go out and get a couple different products, and they might be like a Symantec or some other one out there. I cringe because you're not going to be protected. You're just not. I say that application control.
Which leads us to backing up. So we all back up, right, Jackie,
Right.
Jennifer? Yeah?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Now, when you say backup, where do you do it to? Like, is it just an external drive, or do you have a backup software or service?
I do it to an external drive.
Okay.
And I'm using the cloud. I haven't used the external drive in a while.
Okay. Well, both are good.
Yeah. And
I would say that mind you that every time you back up, you're backing up also what may be malware, right? So even though you found something, CryptoLocker came on, they wanted you to pay the ransom because they encrypted your machine, and you said, forget that, I'm just going to back up and wipe it clean and do over. You may get it right back. Right?
So for those clients that we have that are storing credit card information and CRM information and have their customers' telephone numbers and addresses, I'm sure that they are wondering what they can do, because I often hear, well, is my stuff secure? The credit card vendors for processing that I use tell me that the numbers aren't stored, but after hearing this really makes me concerned about just hackers. So I was just like Jon-David said, like what you mentioned, Symantec, because most of our clients are the small business owners who are not, they're small to medium size.
And I'll be fair, I obviously promote the one product, right? But here's what's important to know. Symantec or the other antivirus products out there, they protect you, but only against what's known. So you will never have protection with those products against the unknown, which is every new piece of malware that comes out. And they're finding them. I mean, you hear these numbers all the time about there's 190 million, those are old numbers, like first quarter 2015, 190 million malware a year. That's like 500,000 a day. It's over 300 and some a minute is being created. And that's not created, found. That's how many malware are being found. Not how much is out there in the wild, not how much is floating around to attack people. That's what's discovered. So we don't know what the total number is. And so those products can only fight what they know, right? Versus application control does a lockdown. So go find if you get White Cloud Security or some other application control product that shuts down everything except what you want. And in those cases, it's got to be.
And I was on a podcast recently, or a Blab recently, and one of the things that they addressed this was they said, really don't click on that website that you don't know. Like if you're you want some Windows information and you Googled Windows Defender, there's also websites using Windows Web Defender as in their URL. And it goes to somewhere in Russia that looks like Windows Defender, and we get sloppy, and that is one of it's like 50% of the time that's what happens. That's how you get adware, malware in your computer.
That's right.
It's like it was 50%, and we all do it because I've done it. It's like, wait, this doesn't look right. I mean, it's not Windows, it's Windows Plus or something like that. Right. And that's another thing. You ladies have any more questions on configuration?
I do, because I get that White Cloud is a solution for some of this, but you said at the outset, and maybe I misunderstood, that it's a pro solution. It's like an industrial solution. It's a big business solution, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm a smaller practitioner.
Right.
And I don't know what the price is, but I'm just going to assume, just for sake of argument, that I can't afford, or that my clients can't afford necessarily, that as a solution, a security solution. So I am truly wondering what I can do. I mean, I have two different actually password recovery or holder systems, whatever. I know that's not protecting my computer from anything.
Right.
I'm hoping they're doing a great job of protecting my passwords. My passwords are ridiculous now. I mean,
Yeah.
whereas before they were what everybody did,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Sure.
But so aside from that, what can I do as a small practitioner to protect my business? What can I extend to my clients to help them? Because they're going to, after I show them this episode, they're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I get it. So
because none of us think about it. So it's like you said, it's that dark world that we don't want to think about.
okay.
I mean,
I'll
I don't
give
know
you two
about you guys,
scenarios.
but I don't think about it.
No, most people don't. And there's two key things. One is stop putting a small dollar value on what your data is worth and your computer system's worth, because whatever money you're allocating to that is probably not enough. The few million that JP Morgan allocated, that wasn't enough. So more, right? And that
We put more money into the security systems that we're paying for in our computer.
There's a reality in how this is going to work. You're going to add a few more dollars, and I get it can't break the bank. I get it can't be bigger than your budget to operate your small business, right? But you're going to be allocating a few more dollars, and you're going to start allocating some of your time and attention, because time and attention will stop a whole lot of things. That's what IT security professionals do. You won't even find some or most of the IT security people or cybersecurity people. They are not even online. They don't go there, period. They're not on Facebook. They're not on LinkedIn. I find it difficult to find some of these people when I'm selling, because they don't go any place that's like a public place, right? So
what is the time that we would have to spend?
You're going to spend a little bit of time being selective about what you download and what you click. That's your time and attention. You're not going to open up an email and just, oh, what's that from? Click, wrong answer. What's that from? Don't click. Find out where it's from before you click something as an attachment or a link inside that email, right? If you're not going to hire an IT professional and use a product like ours to protect your machine, then you're kind of stuck with, well, I'm going to have to use off-the-shelf technology today that is antivirus. So you're going to pick a good antivirus product, and there's 3 or 4 to choose from out there. The super spyware thing is handy for you, Jon-David, just because I know you click a lot of stuff on the internet, so I know you need adware protection more than most. That's why it works really well for you. It stops a lot of stuff in your case. If you're a Mac user, you go straight into the Mac store. You can say, hey, I need some recommendations on some solid products for all my Apple products. And they'll tell you, this is what works great. And it's consumer based, right?
And so that's good advice. And so I have a question, and which leads me to another question I wanted to ask you coming up. Lockdown. We were talking about when your computer, what is a lockdown when you're locking down your password, logging into a computer? There is something that you can download into your computer, I guess, that will encrypt everything. So if someone takes your console out of your house and runs out the door.
Encryption. That's what you were asking about earlier.
Yes.
I know the Windows machines offer BitLocker as a standard encryption tool, right? You want to encrypt your data on your machine. And I'm pretty sure that the Apple products have the same thing for their PCs.
They do? Jennifer, what is yours? It's encrypted?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Get
Jackie,
encryption software. Okay. And Jennifer, I'm glad you're back. Because backing up your data is key, but encrypting it in case it's stolen is really essential. You're going to stop most of your low-level hackers from being able to do anything with it. Hey, it got stolen. It is what it is. You're going to have to just go clean, wipe, get started. You might lose a day of work. But in the end, it'll be such a pain for those hackers to do something about that data or act on it. You'll be safer. Not ultimately, right? I mean, if you had evidently the Russian mob or China hacking your data, you're done, because they have really good stuff. So, but you having an encrypted hard drive will make sure a low-level hacker can't do anything with that data if it's stolen. So do that. And that's embedded with Windows. And it may be an embedded product with Mac. And you're going to use that. Use the Windows Defender. That's embedded with Windows. But more importantly, what you do is critical. How many email accounts do you have, right? And have you ever had one that got spoofed? Somebody used it and some junk came in or went to your friend and, oh, look, this is an email from Jackie. No, it's not. She didn't send it. So I have an email that you use for your banking and financial stuff that you don't use for anything else. Set it up. Make it some goofy kind of hard name, you know. Then you have your identity email out there. I'm learning to keep mine up. I have now an elsher.jess@gmail.com. That's kind of my personal identity email out there. And if it gets junked up, it's okay. It's not linked to any of my banking, so I don't care, right? Then you're going to have your work email or whatever. So separating the two email accounts, this is functional, and maybe I need a third one that's going to get trashed all the time, and I use this for just junk. Do that. I know a lot of people do. Your security questions, you can make up a fictitious person. It doesn't have to be your real mother's maiden name.
And it shouldn't be. That's the one thing that I have learned over the years, that lie about everything. Like, where did you meet your spouse? No.
Yeah.
Not telling.
That's a great tip, Jackie. Please state that clearly. And also we want to bring out the email tip again. So state that, please.
Yeah,
Who's
so
clicking?
whenever you create a password, or not just a password, not a password, excuse me, the clues, if you lose your password when you're creating them, lie about whatever it is. If it's your high school mascot, if it's your brother's middle name, you lie about it. But you just have to remember your lies. That's the thing, right? And so at the end of the day, there's always something that's going to get written down. Although I've got to say, it's starting to sound like it's a hell of a lot safer to write it down on your desk than to keep it, you know.
You're absolutely right that it is in fact safer to create this fictitious personality, keep their dossier in your desk, and you pull that out when you want to answer your security questions, because it does two things. It stops the social engineering from happening to you, where people have a conversation with you, they learn a few things, they look you up, they look up historical data, they have all your answers, and they busted your security code. The other thing is all that, the real information is available on the web. Once they steal your identity, they have that. So it's not really secure.
I never even thought of doing that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jennifer?
So does it make sense now to use these software or these software programs where you can store your passwords, like iPass and all of those?
You know, for the most part, they've been really secure. There was one company that got hacked in 2015, but, you know, I don't know the extent of the data that got stolen. I assumed it was encrypted and, you know, would have taken another level of hacking to be able to get something out of it. But they immediately notified people and everybody changed their passwords, and that was great. And that's key, especially today. We talk about biometric fingerprint, right? When you use your thumbprint to open your PC.
Yeah.
You know, I really loved it when it first came out, and then we started thinking about it. You can't change your fingerprint, right? So if your password got hacked, you can change your password, but you use your fingerprint. Well, they just got that for life.
Oh, huh.
Yeah. So sounds great. May not be all that great. And that's why biometrics have kind of slowed down a little bit. Now they're doing,
really interesting.
Google's got facial recognition now. You sit in front of the camera. Of course, you know, if you get punched out at the bar, you might not look the same. You might not be able to open your laptop.
I hope none of us are going to get punched out at a bar. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, or, you know, maybe you know, severe bedhead or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Adam, if you want to jump in, Mr. Tech, you please feel free to join in and add to it.
I don't know. He might be a little upset that you're rocking his hat tonight.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Is he a techie guy?
He is, but no.
He's a
But
hat guy too.
Adam has the hat too.
Yeah, he's a hat guy.
He's got
too.
a great hat. So, and yeah, Adam is a brilliantly tech guy. But again, it's like you said earlier, IT is a huge umbrella of.
It's amazing. And talking to IT people, and my ex being one, what they do online is completely askew from what we do online. They really aren't on social media. They're not using their computer the same way, and so they have a white cloud security, and they should, and so they're completely a different animal the way they use their computer. And we're always going to different websites, and we're always clicking on this and clicking on that, and passwords for us are key. Like I can't even tell you how many times now that I have the double pass where it has, I have to put in the 4 digits of my phone number. For me, those of you who've ever used MailChimp, now that's a 3 process now.
I've done that everywhere, by the way. Everywhere that I can do the double authentication, I do it. It's a pain in the ass, but seriously. Which I don't know if this is a good point. I don't know when I can ask this question or if we're getting to it or not. I don't know, John, if you have Jon-David, if you have an agenda. But it seems like a natural spot here. I'm in the process of hiring a couple of virtual assistants. And some of the stuff they are going to need access to, password-wise and all that. And so through my password protection programs, I do have the ability to send them passwords encrypted, right? So either via email or I haven't done it yet. Frankly, I'm nervous. One, I don't know them, and I don't have any reason to not trust them, but at the same time, I don't really know them at all yet. But also, is there a protocol or a process that you would recommend when you have to share information with people via the internet?
Definitely. Sharing data across the internet should be encrypted at all times. So there's your email service should have, or you can purchase as an add-on or a separate email service itself, a method to email encrypted data. They have, they'll develop their own password on their end. There's a keyword that you share. You send data, and if it gets caught in transit, then it can't be used. That's the key, right?
Wow.
Anytime, there's been a better awareness. Small businesses are getting better. If you have to give somebody access to an account, they create their own username and account. It's a new account. Don't give them yours, ever. And if the program can't support that, it's a crap program. In fact, a lot of people assume that programs out there are secure, that they're written. They're written to get on the market as fast as possible, and regular programs we use every day often skip security measures in them. And we have to come back and beat on them to make it happen. Not until they get hacked, and then it's passed on, and then that's really bad.
Wow. So email, you can get an encryption add-on to it for, like, I use Gmail a lot. So, I'm going to use a couple different ones now for different things.
I know,
especially for my bank account. Like, I didn't know that. That's such a great tip. Use one email,
separate email, and don't use it for anything else.
Just for your bank account.
Because, and by the way, banks, they don't email you to click something to access the account normally. Right. They don't. So if you got that email, it's like BS. If you ever question, and that's the point, you should be questioning everything. If you get a questionable email, just go to the source. If it came from a friend, call the friend or client. If it came from an institution, go to their website, call their 800 number and say, I got this email. And just call in. Don't use a link.
I just had this weird thing happen recently twice, and it was, I use the PayPal swiper to take credit cards for my clients doing hair. And then it pops up, and it doesn't show me their full email. It says something xxx.com, and then I can just send their receipt to their email. Twice it came up, and it's a credit card telling the system what's in their credit card. So it's in their magnetic strip. Right. It was the wrong email. And you know how I found out was people called me and said, "Hey, I didn't charge this. Can you check that?" And I go, "Well, it would be on your card if I did." So there was no problem there. But so that was a new thing that had
So
transpired.
that's interesting. So a lot of credit card data gets stolen by what they call memory scrapers because, as Jennifer pointed out earlier, credit card data is in general never saved, and that's pretty reliable. But it does have a temporary life in memory, and there's little scripts that are written. They download on your credit card machine, and it catches it in transit before it goes. Or they know when it's transmitting across the internet, and they're looking for a certain string that says, "Hey, the next few digits are going to be the credit card number. Grab it." Zing, zing, zing. So there's other parts of malware. I do just endpoint protection, which is just at the machine. There's firewall protection. There's network protection. Malware can sit on your router, your Linksys router. It's a computer basically, and malware can sit there and just catch stuff in transit. It sits on the internet space, between here and Kansas.
And now we move to smartphones because smartphones, I use Droid. Jackie obviously uses
I
Apple.
should just have an Apple emblem, right?
should.
And they should be paying.
And so, and I know Apple has pretty good security for their Apple iPhones and so forth. It's kind of built in. The Droid, I have to download these virus protection, the antivirus and so forth. And it's always cleaning the cache because we have so many, different things that we download into it to run. Just all the different apps are crazy, and they're always out there. And I've heard that now we have to watch out for imagery and apps.
Yeah, it's been out for a long time. They embed malware inside a picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can embed malware in anything. So
and so it's important.
Jennifer, don't you just want to go back to bed?
I know. I want to cry. Yeah. I feel like I thought I was somewhat astute, but I know nothing based on this Blab.
Well, it's all about practice. You can get lost in the weeds in really going over the details. So let me break it down to just some simple approaches. And for a business owner, this makes a lot more sense. Okay?
Yeah. Keep it simple. Make it.
What data and information do I need? And I'm going to make sure I get it from a good source. And then I'm not going to go share data or get on the internet and do stuff in places that it can be caught. Free Wi-Fi services. Hackers love Starbucks, man. They can put a fake router in their backpack, and it will say Starbix, free Wi-Fi at Starbix, and they mimic the splash page. And people just look up, and it pops up on their phone, and they go, "Oh, look, I'll just do boop, this one free." And now they're using free Wi-Fi, and it's recording everything you're doing. So in general, if you can avoid it, don't do banking or anything critical over free Wi-Fi. Go home to your secure network and do it.
Adam just said that on the side. If you're sharing data, be aware of where you are located.
Yes. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Yeah, don't. I know you talk to a cybersecurity specialist. Their phone practically has a condom on it when it's sitting in their pocket. They just don't let it connect to anything.
A security condom.
That's it. That's it.
We could sell that. That's a little item right there.
I already got it.
You just call it.
I already got it. It's the Wi-Fi security condoms protection you can trust.
Oh my God, that is hysterical.
And if you have kids, this is another statistic that it's like another 50% of what's going on is kids, because they're, anyone under 21 for guy is their brains aren't formed anyway. So you tell us no, we're going to do it. We're going to go online. We're going to do something, like we just won't listen to reason until we crash our parents' computer. If I was a kid, when computers are around, I would have blown it up 100 times, right?
Yeah, you would have.
So,
I know him, so yeah.
So you have to put on the passwords for your kids, even 21 under. If they don't pay for it, that would be a good rule to have.
Well, too often our user accounts on our computers get used against us, and the kids can be used against us. So this is a good practice everyone should be doing. You have an administrator account on your machine. Set that up, put it to side, create a new account for yourself, your everyday account. That's the one you use, because you click on an email attachment and it says, hey, I want to run this executable and create this malware and go across the network. It can only do that if you're the administrator. So if you're not the administrator, that can't happen. So you cut your risk way down. So you set up your account. There's mommy's account, daddy's account, brother's account, sister's account, and you can cut access down to them. You go to your Wi-Fi device and you can have it turn off at night so hackers can't be logging in and using your machines in the middle of the night. Your children aren't sneaking off and getting on the internet at night. That's a big plus. Shut down the phones if they're not in use. You know.
You mean the smartphones?
Yeah.
It
was a good point. Someone pointed out that the smartphones are your always connected PC, and they are. And then they spread malware to your machines. And, you know, if the U.S. government can reach out, shut down the Iranian nuclear program that's been underground and hidden, and they did it just by jumping malware from device, you know, and now that's public information. Now actually people buy that on the dark web, and any Joe Blow hacker can have that same level of technology today.
I know. So now I'm afraid we're going to learn about the dark web, aren't we?
No, you only have 3 minutes. Now, you cannot be doom and gloom. In fact, you're going to preface it with "Don't go to the dark web."
I'm going to preface it.
And what it is, and you're not going to tell us the whole. Yes, Adam says not the dark side.
Jon-David put in the lockdown on this.
Well, yeah. we had a private conversation. And
I was like, that would be interesting to talk about. We'll have to do it on a different show when we have techies talking, because they have stories about the dark web. And so very quickly, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, short is the dark web is 1,000% larger than what we call the surface web, what you and I surf on every day. That's like the tip of the iceberg, and what's underwater is the dark web. It's bigger. You can buy everything. Of course, there's the murder for hire, drugs, money, terrible, disgusting things. And now hackers, they know when somebody's surfing out there in the dark web and they're a newbie, and they will find you. It's intended to be, when you're searching the dark web, to be anonymous, because it strips your IP information away. You have to use a different browser. Don't do it. Just don't go. They're going to find you.
Don't do it.
And if you click on the wrong website and then they just have it in for you, you're done.
Yeah. Kids trying to find fake IDs, with money. They can get fake IDs. They can get, pot, whatever they want to do on the dark web. So that it's a really bad.
It's mainstream. Don't get me wrong. This is not like, oh, only hackers do it. No, it's mainstream, but it's not a good place to go. I know professionals that go search stuff, and they're looking for specific things, and they're searching. I've had lectures given to me. I'm connected with FBI program InfraGard. I'm a member of InfraGard, and we get lectures from NSA, Secret Service, FBI, telling us what's out there, and don't go there. It's just, you don't need to.
So Jess, maybe you can write a blog post again, or give us something that we can send out to our folks.
Yes, good
Sure.
segue. Thank you.
Sure.
Just like I knew nothing. I'm completely.
I don't even want to say it out loud.
I'm completely oblivious. Everything. This whole conversation is like way over my head.
It is. So let me simplify it. If you're a small business owner, I will simplify it. Your data on your machine is bigger value, because what happens when that data is gone, stolen, or lost? Okay, so now how much is it worth?
So we want to spend money.
It's worth your time. It's worth the money.
Yeah. And to learning about this stuff, and to do all these tips that we brought up in encryption, in password protection, make your passwords hard. Great with the email separate to your bank account. Jackie brought up, what was Jackie's tip? It was so good.
Oh, the fake identity. Your
Fake
secret
identities.
questions. Yeah.
Secret questions. That's so good. These are great, valuable tips. Super anti-spyware. All the different other virus protections. Get them and use
There's
them.
some that are the bang for the buck. I know that in social media world, it's all new. It's every day it's changing. And we're not going to get around that and embrace it. It's great new technology. It's letting us do. I'm doing stuff this year that I never even would have thought I would be doing in my field. But this is where I need to be. How else are we going to get the word about what's happening? But if I don't participate and I don't join, I'm not going to get the word out. But I need to do it safely. So I'm just going to use my best practices to get there, and I'll share those with you.
And you can reach Jess Elsher at jelsher or go to whitecloudsecurity.com and click on the info button, and you'll find out what Trust Lockdown is. That's whitelisting your information. So that means every time you click on a website, your computer is going to stop you and say, "Wait, you haven't been on that website, so do you want to clear it?" And if you know it, then you make a pass. But if you don't know it, you go to a system and you check the backlog of it, and people will say, no, this is a great website.
Right.
So it's
and I'm on
a neat system.
I'm on LinkedIn. My email is jess.elsher@whitecloudsecurity.com. Send me an email. Contact me through LinkedIn. Contact me through Twitter. I'm not a keenly embraced with, or I'm still learning my Facebook interaction as a business. That's a great business market in addition to social. Cybersecurity wise, not many folks there from the cyber world are there. So I'm learning how to participate in that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And he's on Twitter. You can ask him daily on Twitter. He's on Twitter every day now under JL. So
Excellent.
thank you for
Yes,
being
seriously,
on.
this has been amazing and intimidating, really, because like Jennifer, I swear I was like you. I'm like, okay, I've got it under control. I've got all these password systems.
It sounds like you guys have a lot of solid pieces. Yeah, you have solid pieces. You're on a good start, but if you really knew the stakes, what you do now, those extra steps, I guarantee you will beat out your competition in staying up and running. Up and running is everything,
Up and running is everything.
Right? You say one day of productivity, that's $1,000 in your pocket. Easy.
And Jackie, next week you are hosting SalonSpaChat.
I am, and the topic is business building busters, the things we don't want to talk about. And I said it right this time. So the link is right here.
I just posted it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, so I just posted it, and y'all can just click on that sucker right there and subscribe. I'm already subscribed.
And we would love for you to be here next week, but if you can't make it, if you subscribe to it, you'll get notification of the replay, which will be awesome, I'm sure. And Jess, we'd love to see you here next week, too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I know. Yeah, and then we can scare you with what you
Yeah, we're going to scare you.
That's like Stephen King. What scares you? I don't know.
That's going to become our new promo. We're going to scare you.
Right. I'm going to say, guess what you don't know about social media, Jess?
A lot.
And if you don't do that, you will never get followers, Jess.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. I like that. I'd like to be involved. That's great.
Oh my God.
And thank you for having me today. It was really nice being here.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jess. You're the bomb diggity.
Yes.
Well, and when I edit the video, I'll post all the tips on the side. So
that'll be
much
great.
And maybe just cut out our reactions.
The blank stare. Blank stare
Yeah.
in the whole show.
What? Yeah, I get that a lot. It's actually a good sales sign for me, but, there you go.
And Linda, we hope to see you next week, too, because we want to get you.
Yeah, Linda, I don't know where you are, but it's so early. Where are you?
Yeah, where are you, Linda? I think she's...
In Bangkok.
Bangkok.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
it is early there.
Right. That is early. Yeah, we have, we have so many
international people that are joining us.
International salon coaches and they're just wonderful people. I love talking to them and sharing our information. So if you're a salon spa barber coach, please join us. We love this discussion, and we will tell people you exist, because we all elevate the industry. Jackie Bernardi is right there with the beauty schools and the academies, and just right there teaching. Jennifer Jackson is one of the leading salon spa barber coaches in the industry. So she works one-on-one with the industry and has great information at Simple Mentor Marketing. And you can reach Jackie at jackiebernardi.com. And that is all for Salon Spa Chat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining.
Peace out, my friends.
Peace out.
Thank you.
All right. I will kick you out and kick you out, and I'm kicking myself out.